Hello students, in the previous class we saw about soil and its types, distribution of soil and about soil erosion, soil degradation, and finally we saw the methods to conserve and maintain the fertility of the soil. In today's class we will see about irrigation and its importance and also the types of irrigation carried out in India. Irrigation. Irrigation is defined as watering of agricultural plants through artificial means. That is, during the periods of less or average rainfall or during water scarcity, water is supplied to the agricultural lands at regular intervals by means of canals, well, and other artificial methods. Therefore, it leads to a development in agricultural field. Now let us see the sources of irrigation. The main sources of irrigation used in different parts of the country are canal irrigation, well irrigation, and tank irrigation. Among these, well irrigation is the most important source of irrigation, because about 62% of the agricultural land in India are benefited by these well irrigation. Now let us see in detail about each type of irrigation. Well irrigation. A well is a hole which is drilled vertically in the earth's surface for bringing the groundwater to the surface. We know that groundwater is trapped in between the rocks below the ground level. So in order to bring that groundwater to the surface, deep holes are drilled. Well irrigation is very essential in the region of low rainfall. It is also an essential one where the canals and tank irrigation are not available. Wells are of two types. They are open wells and tube wells. Open wells are larger in diameter than the tube wells. Open wells. Open well type of irrigation is commonly practiced in the areas where there is sufficient amount of groundwater. The areas like Ganga Plains, the deltaic region of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, and parts of Narmada and Tapti valleys implement this open well type of irrigation. Tube wells. Tube well type of irrigation are developed in the areas of low water table, that is, where the underground water level is very deep. In order to implement this tube well type of irrigation, there must be a sufficient power supply and soft subsurface. That is, the subsurface should not have any hard rocks. Tube wells are very popular in the states of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Punjab, Madhya Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. Canal irrigation. Canal irrigation is the second most important source of irrigation in our country. A canal is an artificial channel that is constructed to carry water to the fields to perform irrigation. The water is taken to the canals either from the river or reservoirs. There are two types of canals. They are inundation canals and perennial canals. The inundation canals receive their water directly from the rivers without making any kind of barrage or dam. Barrage is the artificial barrier built across the river in order to prevent flood. So these inundation canals receive their water directly from the river. So, mostly these canals remain operational only during the rainy season because only when the river has its sufficient water, the canal receives its water. The second type of canal is the perennial canals. As you can see and guess from the name itself, these canals are developed from the perennial rivers by constructing barrage to regulate the flow. We have already studied about the perennial rivers. The rivers which have water throughout the year are said to be perennial rivers. The perennial canals receive water from these perennial rivers and they remain functional throughout the year. In our country, most of the canals fall under this category. These canals are useful for irrigation. Tank irrigation. Tank irrigation is a very old type of irrigation system in India. A tank is a natural or man-made hollow on the surface. That is, tanks are either a natural hollow on the earth's surface or they might be constructed artificially by humans. Rainwater is collected in these tanks, which serves not only for irrigating agricultural lands, but also it is used for other purposes. Tanks are usually constructed either of earth or concrete. Irrigation from lakes and ponds comes under the tank irrigation. For example, we have many lakes and ponds in and around Pondicherry. You would be aware of that. These lakes and ponds serves for various purposes. That is, they not only irrigate the agricultural lands but also they serve for domestic purposes. So the irrigation from lakes and ponds comes under the tank irrigation. The tank irrigation is very popular in the peninsular India, that is in the South India, due to the following reasons. Tank irrigation is very popular in the region where there is low rainfall and a seasonal rainfall, and also in the regions where there is absence of perennial rivers. Tank irrigation is usually constructed where it is difficult to dig canals and wells due to the presence of hard rocks. The natural depressions, that is the natural hollow on the earth's surface, serves as tanks or reservoirs. They are surrounded by non-porous rocks which do not allow the leakage of water. Modern irrigation methods. There are many ways in modern irrigation. Among them, the most commonly practiced type of modern irrigation methods in India are drip irrigation, pivot irrigation and rain gun. First we will see about rain gun. In the rain gun method, water is spread like rain. Initially, it is used to irrigate the crops which grow up to 4 feet high. Later, the size of these sprinklers has to be adjusted according to the level of the crops. This method of irrigation is mainly used in the sugarcane and maize crop fields. Drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is a system of crop irrigation which involves the controlled delivery of water directly to the root of each plant through a network of tubes or pipes. Drip irrigation is a type of micro irrigation system that has the potential to save water. This type of irrigation is suitable for big trees and horticulture. Horticulture is the art of practice of garden cultivation and management. Next is the center pivot irrigation. This Central pivot irrigation is also called as water wheel or circle irrigation. As you can see in the picture, in this method of crop irrigation, a equipment rotates around a pivot and crops are watered with sprinklers. Now let us have a short review on today's class. In this class we studied about irrigation and the main sources of irrigation in India, which includes well irrigation, canal irrigation and tank irrigation. Under well irrigation there are two types, open wells and tube wells. Again in canal irrigation there are two types, which are perennial canals and inundation canals. We also studied about the modern irrigation methods which are used in India. Some of the modern irrigation methods are rain gun method, drip method and central pivot irrigation. In the next class we will study about the multi-purpose river valley projects in India. Multi-purpose river valley project. The project which serves for multiple purposes are called as multi-purpose projects. Water is a precious gift of nature to humankind and millions of other species living on the earth. We know that our country receives only seasonal rainfall. So it is necessary to store water to satisfy water needs for the remaining part of the year. So dams are built across the river to store water. These dams are not only used for storing water but also it serves for multiple purposes. So it is called as multi-purpose river valley project. Initially, dams were built only for storing rainwater to prevent flooding, but now it became multi-purpose. The major aim of the multi-purpose river valley project is to irrigate the agricultural land and to generate electricity through hydropower. The various other purposes of a dam serves as irrigation, water supply for drinking and industrial purpose, hydropower generation, controlling floods, development of fisheries, navigation, etc. Hence, it is termed as a multi-purpose river valley project. So these are the multi-purpose river valley projects in India. Damodar Valley Project, Bakra Nangal Project, Hirakud Project, Kosi Project, Tungabhadra Project, Teri Project, Chambal Valley Project, Nagarjuna Sagar Project, Sardar Sarovar Project, Indira Gandhi Canal Project and Metu Dam. So while studying about these multi-purpose river valley project, it is important to know across which river they are constructed and what are the states benefited by these projects, and also how many square kilometer of land it irrigates and the megawatts of electricity generated by these projects. Bakra Nangal project is the highest gravity dam in the world. Gravity dams are massive constructions built out of concrete or masonry. Hirakud project is the longest dam in the world, and Kosi project is built across the river Kosi. River Kosi is called as the sorrow of Bihar because about 21,000 square kilometer of fertile agricultural land is flooded every year. So a dam is built across this river to prevent flooding. We will see in detail about some of these multi-purpose river valley project. Here the map shows the various multi-purpose river valley projects which are constructed in India, and also across which river they are constructed. Now we will have a short discussion on the multipurpose river valley project in India. First we will see about the Bakra project. Bakra project is constructed across the river Satluj. It is the highest gravity dam in India. Gravity dam means it is a massive construction which is built out of concrete or masonry. The states of Haryana, Punjab and Rajasthan are benefited by this project. The area of irrigation is 52,609 square kilometer and about 1500 megawatt electricity is produced from this dam. Next we will see about the Hirakud project. Hirakud project is constructed across river Mahanadi in Odisha. It is the longest dam in the world. The state benefited by this project is Odisha. It irrigates about 1,41,600 square kilometer of agricultural land. About 347.5 megawatt electricity is produced from this dam. Next we will see about Metu Dam. Metu Dam is in Tamil Nadu. It is constructed across the river Kaveri. It provides irrigation to the districts of Salem, Erode, Karur, Tiruchirappalli, Tanjavur, Tiruvarur and Nagapattinam districts of Tamil Nadu. It irrigates about 271,000 acres of farming land. Metu Dam is an important tourist spot in Tamil Nadu. Now we will have a short review on the multipurpose river valley projects. Multipurpose river valley projects not only helps to prevent flood but also it irrigates the agricultural land, generates electricity through hydropower generation, supplies water for both domestic and industrial purposes, helps in the development of fisheries, navigation, recreation, etc. While studying about the multipurpose river valley project, it is important to know across which river they are constructed, what are the states benefited from this project, and how many square kilometer of land it irrigates, and also the amount of electricity generated by those power plants. In the next class, we will study about agriculture and the types of farming.